What's up, everybody? Tindo here, Hannah Warrior Princess, and it is Goodwill bins in St. Louis round 2, except it's a different bins from yesterday. Stick around to check this out. A lot of toys in here. That's a pretty cool find. That is a wireless keyboard. It's good for like Raspberry Pis and such. That's pretty awesome. That's better than the one I have. I think I'll keep it.
We just walked in and I spotted something I haven't seen in quite a long time, actually. A pair of vintage Guess jeans. I haven't picked up a pair of Guess jeans in a long time because I honestly haven't seen them. The last pair that I found was at a Savers for $30 and I said, no thanks.
The book situation doesn't quite stack up to the bins from yesterday. And honestly, I've seen a bunch of game cases, but they're all empty. Every single one I've seen has been empty, except probably Wii Sports Resort. Sweet. That's better than nothing, especially since it's complete. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's Sailor Moon, right? I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Digging through some more books. Banjo Kazooie, Nuts and Bolts, Platinum Hits. Oh, come on, let's go. Is it supposed to be 2 discs though? What else is, oh, it's a double feature. All right, well, screw Viva Pinata. We got Banjo Kazooie. All right, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to take back what I said about the books here, because look, Back to the Future, I did already buy that on this trip. Probably gonna buy it again. Oh, come on, please be in there. Oh no, because I don't recognize that game. Force Unleashed, let's go. All right, the media stuff here is all right. It's fine. It'll pass. There's a lot of empty stuff though. A whole lot of empty stuff. And come on, baby. No. Still gotta take that case though. And rip. And rip. And rip.
I've been on a massive hunt because I found this shoe in a bin full of clothes, and I knew that the other one was here because it's got a rubber band on it, and it is filthy and totally disgusting, and it's worth something, so I'm gonna go home and clean it and wash my hands after I just touched that. But the hunt is over because I just found the other one. I love whenever I can find the shoes. It's so exciting. It's like a little scavenger hunt. I always check out the furniture whenever I am at the bins because it's so cheap, and you know, sometimes furniture can sell for quite a bit of money if you only paid like $1 or something for it. This is actually a really beautiful piece because it's very in style right now. Wicker is really in. Too bad we're not in Phoenix. This wicker top up here is something that people my age really love to put in their homes. It's not worth carting all the way back to Phoenix to try to sell it, and we're gonna be here long enough to try to flip it on OfferUp, so bye.
Skylander portal. I knew it was a peripheral USB. Grab that hand. Big blue hand. Good one. So we've got the daddy, now we got the baby. I don't know if you were gonna go for it or PSP charger. Alright. You got there first. Oh baby, let's go. Let's go. No way. No way. Oh, let me show you what I got. Put out your hand.
Are they bouncy balls?
No.
You're a liar.
Yours is better, but only a little. So Hannah and I are going to team up and we're going to flip all of the book bins. We're going to try to see everything that's in them and make sure we don't miss anything because it doesn't look like anybody's here looking for games. And also I've seen a few Dungeons and Dragons books, which I'd kind of like to buy. Stack them, stack them, stack them up. Uh-oh. It's the Metal Arkham Knight case, but no discs. No surprise there. Another Dungeons and Dragons, that's good. I'd like to find all of these that are here. Start putting sets of them together. Hold up. You know what that is? We Fit. And it's got somebody's notes in it, like they took kind of how much weight they lost. All right, interesting. And rip, lol. You know what this is? It's Garth Brooks. Somebody's mixtape. I bet it's fire. It's another Dungeons and Dragons book. Ooh, there's another one. Let's go. And rip. Here we go. Ooh, it's actually there. Is that Dungeons and Dragons? No.
It's super heavy.
Is that a spell book? Hail Satan? What does it say? And what if it was actually in there? I'd take my clothes off if that had been in there. Still getting it though. And get naked. Nope. So many ooh, I actually have this game, so I can finally put it in a case. It's not all bad then. Oh my God. Even the fact that these cases are here is kind of wild. What if they were in here and someone actually got the games? That'd be even more wild. All right, things just got serious. I just found a complete Wii Resort game. Here's the whole kit. That's wild. That's super wild. I'm hyped right now. We gotta keep digging. Twilight. I mean, I'd hit it. He's an attractive young male.
Sure.
You think he's pretty? I think he's beautiful. I can't wait to see him play Batman too. Uh-oh. No way. Beautiful. Will take. All right, so I started saying at the beginning of this video that the books and media here, RIP, don't quite compare to the one from yesterday, but I'm gonna eat those words because this is wild. What if it was in there though? It says Mario Kart. Oh baby, I've got this game too without the case. We're winning right now. What?
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
This is an advertisement for it.
Oh, Hannah thought she found. Oh, so it's got her. Do we still need to get it for the Xena collection? We're so close.
That's so funny.
And rip. I've already seen. I almost want to still get this because I've never seen this game. I straight up thought you found a Xena VHS tape.
I did too. I'm so disappointed.
I was gonna be like, will you marry me? All right, we've got two more. Let's go. I don't have that game. I've got this, but not the platinum hits, so let's go. So many romance novels.
So many.
Ooh, Ghostbusters. Fellowship, Harry Potter, but like rip, half the book's gone. Here we go. HTV, what you need to know. right, I just want a few more Dungeons and Dragons. Just a few. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? And it's behind the scenes, that's bot. All right, we got 2 more. Don't stop now. What does it say? Progeny. For the creators of Reanimator. Why do I feel like I have to buy this? Yeah. Because it's a weird one. Uh-oh. Pokemon box. Oh, that's one I don't have. Keep an eye out for loose VHS. Because I don't have Pikachu Party. Big Beach Sports. Poor SpongeBob. You're all smushed. Hey. You know, we're going to fill that gumball machine this week. Let's go. So I'm digging around and I find 2 things. One is a empty case for Prince of Persia. So I'm going to take that. No biggie. But what is this? It says Xbox on it. It's a little game. Was this like a Burger King toy or something? I don't remember it. But I'm going to get it. Oh, man. What if the PS1 was actually in here? That'd be awesome.
I'm a little torn because I don't normally pick up kids stuff, but I found this jacket. And it's right up my alley. It's vintage FUBU. And it's a denim jacket, but it's super cool. It's just got this whole Fat Albert thing going on. And I don't know if I should get it or not, because like I just really don't do kids stuff at all. And I don't know. It's a toss-up. I might just leave it, but I'm gonna put it in the cart for a while and think on it. I just found these crystal creamer and sugar bowls. I'm half filming this just so my mom can tell me whether or not these are the exact same ones we have in the china cabinet. Take a look. Because they look super familiar.
So we did one more round. We were about to go, and they're like, let's do one more. And we found 2 things. One that's interesting, and one we definitely have to get. This is interesting. I don't know if I'm going to buy all of them, or just a few of them. These are all Android chargers. I mean, they're a bit outdated now that USB-C is more the norm, but I'm always running out of these because I always travel with them, leave them somewhere. But a lot of my camera gear still charges with this if it doesn't charge with USB-C. There's just bundles and bundles of them. That's like 100 and something Android chargers. So interesting. Polaroid 360 AV cables. But this, I walked up on Hannah. Hannah found this one. Are you ready for this? All right, let's just go through the box. Back to the Future. Toy from Wendy's. Still in the bag. That one doesn't look like it matters as much. It's from Arby's. It's not branded with anything. A couple of horseshoes. From Sonic. And then, I don't know. I don't even know what that is either. Pirate armband from Long John Silver's. A bunch of more nonsense in here, including a troll. But this right here is find of the day. This might be find of the trip. Vintage Ghostbusters toys. Hannah, I think you win the trip. I think when we get home, you get the shark trophy. Oh, look at this Masters of the Universe puzzle. There's so much awesome in here. We're just making sure none of this other restaurant toy stuff is branded. Those are little die-cast cars. We should probably buy those too. Oh my gosh. Hannah, that's wild right there. Do we buy the troll or no? I think so. I think we got it. We're running out of room in the bag, but I will make room for these guys. Unfortunately, this guy's missing half of his helmet. But we still got it. That's the first vintage Ghostbuster toys we've found ever. All right. I think we've got enough. I think we can actually leave. I don't know what to do about. I guess I'll get a bundle of them. All right, let's go home. That was a really great trip to the bins. You know, I like our bins back in Phoenix, but I'm not in a hurry to get home because these trips to the bins all on the other side of the country keep going really well. So I don't know if we'll come back to the bins again before we leave. Definitely going to try to, but no promises. But I think today went good. All right, guys, we're back at Hannah's house. And I'll be honest with you, today was such a whirlwind that I don't even remember what's in here. I mean, I remember the thing that I think is the best thing, but I bet you some of the stuff in here surprises me. So let's go ahead and just run through it. Bouncy balls, you like? Lots of bouncy balls coming my way, and I'm happy about it. Just grab something and go. Don't slow down.
My favorite thing is these shoes, but they are super filthy, and I really don't want to touch them until they're clean. So.
Yeah, we need to get those scrubbed off. Listen, I have a huge collection of USB cables at home, and you know I give a lot of them away, and I really hope these are actually good Android chargers. I've got lots of devices that charge off of them, and I like to keep some spares. I mean, this is overkill, but when do you get a chance to buy 30 or 40 Android cables for $1?
Potentially hundreds.
Yeah, well, there were hundreds. I didn't get all of them. That would have been overkill.
I'm very excited about this.
Not the mama. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it because we have the daddy, so I'll put those together as a set. Gosh, I just don't even know what to do. Super hype about this. You know, our toy booth that we just set up in Kentucky, we've sold several Pokemon plushies already. So any one of these I find, I'm going to get it and slap a few bucks on it.
The only pair of jeans I found today, which were a pair of vintage Guess jeans. Super dope. I haven't found a pair of Guess jeans in a long time.
I didn't see these. We sell these pretty well. You guys might recognize the triangle in the pocket. I quite like them. This was one of the finds of the day. Hannah found it. It's got 2 memory cards in it. PS2 Slim. You know, I don't have a very good track record finding these that work, but fingers crossed this one will work.
And I had a controller.
Had a controller. It's all in pretty good shape. Oh, goodness. I just don't even know what to do. Oh, yeah. Number 2 for the trip, a disc golf disc. I had my set stolen. I mentioned this back at the beginning of our trip, you know, 2 weeks of videos ago now. But I'm trying to rebuild my disc golf set. So any of them I find at the thrift is awesome because they're not the cheapest thing to buy at the store. Go ahead.
This thing's ridiculous.
Troll.
Rock troll draw.
Yeah. I think he's dope. Alright. Bluetooth keyboard for Raspberry Pis and other small mechanical devices.
We got some Cricut tools.
Oh, this is, you know what, we're in the middle of making a bunch of vinyl stickers for our toy booth, and these are the tools that you use to do vinyl stickers. It's 2 of the 3 most important, but the one most important one that we really need wasn't in there, but it's good to have them nonetheless. Gosh, there's just so much. I'll just kind of grab handfuls of stuff. Alright, let's do this. I don't know if this is all of them, but it's most of them. A big stack of Dungeons and Dragon books. Whenever we can get stuff cheap like this, I go ahead and grab it. I'm going to try it out in our toy booth. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to put the whole set together because this is, I don't know how many it numbers up to, but I've got up to 10 here. 10, 6, 9, 7, 5, and 3. So maybe we'll look this up and find the whole set and try to sell the whole set. A lot of books are like that. Not really worth anything on their own. Got a couple Thomas
the Tank train engine.
I get it
the
mixed up
magnet
too.
ones, which are pretty cool.
A vintage Masters of the Universe puzzle slider game. I don't really collect Master stuff, but that was cool. I'll bundle it with some other Master stuff later. This might be one of the more peculiar things for the day, especially since we bought it on the same day as another Back to the Future VHS.
I want to know what's in it, though.
It's a little figure.
I know, but I want to see it. I can't. You can't open it. It's sealed.
It's the card.
Oh, it's so dope.
Can
we open it?
No. It's got the DeLorean in it. Cool toy in every box. Collect all 5. It looks to me like we have to collect all 5 of these Wendy's toys. That's really cool, especially since we found this today too. Second or third copy of this we found on the trip. I've lost count. I guess help me stack all this game stuff up.
You got a ton of games.
Well, we got a couple of games and a ton of empty game cases.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm kind of excited about all these game cases. Go ahead. Is that all of them? I can't see them there. There's a lot. VHS. All right, so let me. We'll hold off on those games till the end because there's a lot to talk about there. But Wii power cable, very nice. I've got 3 VHS here. Do you see any more? I think that's it.
No, I think that's it.
And comment below if you know anything about this one, Progeny. It was just so ridiculous and so nice looking. I grabbed it. Progeny, Evil in a Bottle, from the creators of Reanimator, because we've all heard of Reanimator. Isn't that wild looking?
Evil in a Bottle.
It's happened a few times on this trip where it's like, I doubt this is one of those things, but you know how there's a lot of VHS that never even made it to DVD, and like this is about the only way you can watch them? I doubt this is that, but I got that vibe from it, because it's very independent looking. Then, of course, Ghostbusters. And I grabbed this because like I kind of actually want to go home and watch it on my CRT. The making of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Behind the Shells.
That was one of your favorite movies growing up.
It was probably my probably my favorite movie. But I've never seen this behind the scenes stuff. I mean, I've seen definitely lots of photos and stuff, because Jim Henson actually worked on it. So I've probably seen some of the footage that's on there, but I'm very excited to watch it. More Wii stuff. We've got Wii's for sale back home in our toy booth. Haven't sold any yet, but hoping to. But the stuff we left there, we're already replenishing it. I bet you wish I had a dart in it.
I know.
We've already sold a couple of these in our toy booth. Just people buy that in a bag of guns just to shut their kid up while they're in the store and crying. A handful of markers. This little Xbox Tamagotchi thing. I'm sure it's just a little racing game. It clearly has a little road on it. I bet you just go back and forth, up and down. But I don't remember it. I don't remember that from my childhood at all. Alright, let's make sure that's it. So, should we do these guys last or the video games last? Save them for last? Alright. Well, then let's run through the video games real quick. Just the Ps1 Demo Disc. I've already got one, but it was sitting there. Star Wars, the best of PC. We've been talking a ton about putting together a PC or a couple PCs with older operating systems on, just to throw some of this stuff on. So this game has its codes with it, is the only reason I bought it. Sometimes, you gotta be a little careful with buying old PC games like this, because they'll have activation codes that may or may not be easy to get your hands on. And this one has codes for all 4 games. So, happy about that. Here's one of the very few of this series of Pokemon VHS that I don't have, and it's just the box. But I went ahead and grabbed it. Same with this case, just because I didn't recognize the game, and I'll put that in my stack of cases. And if I find it loose disc, we'll have it. And you're going to hear that a lot here in a second. But here is a copy of Tournament Pool for the Wii. It's complete, so went ahead and grabbed that. Platinum Hits BioShock. I've already got it, but I don't think I had this Platinum Hits one. And then let's just save these. Loose disc Big Beach Sports, and my 30th copy of Unreal Tournament. Enough said. We actually just bought this on a trip to Tucson, Arizona very recently, and still haven't been able to play it, but now we have 2 copies of it, so I'll probably go back to our toy booth. Bad Company, Battlefield. I do have to say, I don't spend a lot of time buying doubles that I already have unless it's at the bins. You've probably noticed this over the course of the last year. If it's at the bins, I buy it because it's it's 10 cents or a quarter. It's nothing. So here's a company of Bad Company Battlefield, very nice. And then this is awesome, especially since we can probably just go ahead and I'll probably resell the copy of Wii Sports Resort that I already have and keep this because it's complete in this big box package. It didn't actually have the Wiimote in it that's supposed to come with it. It's got 2 different Wii rubber. What do you call these? Grips. It's got 2 of those, but I'll have to, I can make it complete by putting a remote in it. But, yeah, it's all there. It's pretty awesome. This game is one of the games that people always kind of like, why the heck didn't you buy that? Whenever I see it at a regular store. Because, it can, if you have just this, it can sell pretty easily, usually for about $15. But when I see it at Goodwill for $7, it's not really worth it to be worth my time. But I'm kind of almost bummed finding this because this probably would sell pretty well if I put it up for sale. But I got to keep it because I want that complete Wii collection, including some of this bigger box stuff.
Sell the next one.
Yeah, we'll sell the next one. And we're going to have to do a little repair to this box because it's a little sat on. Star Wars Force Unleashed. It's all there. pretty stoked about that. I, for some reason, don't think I have the 360 one. I've definitely got it on Wii and other stuff. And then this is cool. Banjo, Kazooie, Nuts and Bolts, and it's one of those double packs with Viva Pinata. And I've got a copy of regular Viva Pinata. So I didn't know it came in one of these double packs, but the only game it had is Banjo, Kazooie, and that Viva Pinata one's missing. But that's cool, because that's something Hannah and I will actually play. So that's pretty awesome. And then, yeah, I just grabbed this because of the case. True Crime, Streets of LA, GameCube, Greatest Hits Edition. I pretty much grab any GameCube case I can. Alright, so we're going to run through this. These are all empty. There's nothing in here, okay? Nothing to write home about. But there's like 3 games here I do have the loose game for.
So exciting.
So that's not all is lost. But then also, you know, some of these Pokemon games, they of course would be a little bit more expensive to buy in box. Some of these games I'll write down what cases I have, and if I see them out in the wild, I'll be sure to go ahead and snatch them up. But I do have this loose at home. Mario Kart DS, sweet. Pokemon Platinum version, do not have at home, but it kills me how heavy the manuals in these are. This is so heavy.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I'm still pretty happy to find these empty cases. Maybe it's just, I don't know. Kingdom Hearts 358/2 days. What? Do you know what this is?
I don't.
Okay. That's really what it's called. 358/2 days. Prince of Persia, The Fallen King. Final Fantasy 3. I might have that. I don't know. I can't remember. Diamond version, Pokemon, and then Mario Kart DS GameStop case, but then the Final Fantasy 3 booklets in there, and then another one again that I do have loose. So pumped to go home and actually put that in its box. Then last, Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia. I have the regular Pokemon Ranger complete in box that I put together the same way. I don't have this one loose, so it's not going to happen again. But I had regular Pokemon Ranger loose, and then our friend from New York sent me, I believe, the case for it. So I have it in box.
Is it time?
It's time. So you get to do the honors. Actually, there's
we didn't talk about this yet, actually.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Well, we'll talk about this, too. Just a Doc Ock. I had to get it.
So this is really cool. I actually saw this in the bins just facing up like this. And I was like, Superman, what's that? Open it up.
And then we were like, oh, nothing in there. Because show them, this is what it looked like. And then you dig underneath there. And boom!
Boom! Superman cufflinks!
Cufflinks. And you know what? You would totally expect them to be the Superman symbol. But the fact that they're little capes actually gets me hype. Like, that's awesome.
They're so dope.
And these aren't worth anything. I don't know what we're gonna do with them, but they're cool. It's been a long time since I wore a shirt with cufflinks on it. So, all right, let's talk about the last thing. Now, before we reveal these, before we actually bring them out and talk about them, do you have any recognition of these? Did you have any when you were a kid or anything like that?
Actually, I think we might have had this.
Really?
One.
All right, so let's go ahead and whip him out. Hannah remembers this Ghostbusters toy. What does he do? He's got his tie like turns into a gun or something. Okay. So, we don't know the names of these guys. We're not that terribly familiar with Ghostbusters, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 figures. And this is really awesome because somewhere on this trip, I think when we went to the Nashville flea market, there were a bunch of Ghostbuster toys in one guy's lockbox or something, and a lot of people commented about them because we got a lot of people watching that are super nostalgic for these. So definitely before we get going here, comment below and let us know your memories of Ghostbuster toys, etc., etc. I'm very curious because I didn't have a lot. I'll tell you what, I'm kind of the same as you. I recognize one. We had this guy right here. I just remember having this mouth opening guy, and I'm sure we might have had another, but it wasn't one of these because none of these are terribly familiar. The next one, and this one kind of bums me out because he's
so cool.
Because he's really cool, but he's missing half his helmet. So maybe we'll have to put him away and wait for the other one to come. But they're all they all have raising heads. And then I guess same thing. Yeah, his hair comes off. Oh, I get it. He's scared of the ghost. And then she does not have. Yeah, she does. Her hair turns into a hand, I guess. I guess this is fine of the day.
Yeah.
Would you say so?
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah. Look at this. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. What this is you know, when you go to the bins, when you go to Goodwills, let's just say when you thrift as much as we do, you know, once a month, once every couple of months, you're going to get something that, you know, is really up your alley. And these are up my alley. Like, I can't wait to go home and put these on my shelf. Now, I don't really... Go ahead.
The thing that's even crazier is that we had no idea. Like,
yeah.
Didn't put two and two
I didn't even think about that now. The crazy thing is that, like... Yeah, we're reselling toys, and I'm not going to get too attached to these. We might end up reselling these, but I'm very excited to go put these on my shelf for a little while. And, you know, I'll probably just have a Ghostbusters shelf until we come back here to Kentucky to sell some more toys. And they give me a lot of joy just even looking at them. Like, I kind of can't wait to go Google them a little bit and see what else there is. And then I guess, now need to put my eyeballs on a bunch more Ghostbusters toys online because, like, I don't know how it works for you guys digging through bins and looking through Goodwills, but your eyes just get used to looking for certain things, certain patterns. And I don't know, there's kind of a super cartoony quality to these because I guess they're toys from the cartoon or whatever. And, like, my eyes just aren't going to pick them up as well as they do some of the other toys I'm really used to looking at. So I'm excited to spend some time learning a little bit more about Ghostbusters. You know what bums me out, though?
What? For
my Ghostbusters shelf, do you guys remember the last time we took a road trip? And we went to the Nashville bins, and I bought a Ghostbusters board game. You remember that?
Yes.
I got rid of it. It would have been dope on the shelf with these, though. But that's how it works.
Oh, well.
Yeah. But that's it, guys. That's everything that we got. What's your favorite thing we got?
That's tough, actually. I really like these cufflinks.
Right.
I don't need cufflinks, but this is pretty cool.
Well, that's what's wrong with us. Is that we have to have this nonsense. This is definitely my favorite thing right here. My very close second favorite would be all these empty DS cases. I don't know why I'm excited. Really, just because, like, it's not the easiest thing, I think, to really collect in-box DS stuff. You know what I mean? Like, because it can be expensive, especially some of these games. But, like, you know, the difference between... Now, these are all actually really good games, so maybe this doesn't apply. These cases are all for good games. But sometimes a loose Game Boy or Game Boy Advance or DS game can be like $1 or $3, but the moment it's in its box, it's like 11 or 12. And you guys know how cheap I can be. I don't want to go to the game store and buy $12 games. So I don't know the value of these games. I imagine the Pokemon ones are high, of course. But, you know, if the difference between Final Fantasy 3 loose and in box is $10 difference, I'll actually buy it now. And, you know, same problem with Prince of Persia. I imagine this Kingdom Hearts game. But, yeah. Anything else?
Yeah. I mean, like, the thing with the inbox things is, like, they're just so small. I would imagine it's way easier to throw them all in a bag with your DS and just head out the door, because, like, carrying 10 cases is very cumbersome.
So you're saying that's how you think this happened?
I would imagine
Kid
that
walked
would be
away,
completely
I mean,
understandable.
I mean, that's what I do with my Switch games. We have both of our Switches with us, and all the Switch games are in the Switch bag, and the cases, of course, are back home. But it's your boy. He's not throwing them away. But, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Before you go, I want to talk to you about a couple things. Let's talk about the rest of this trip. We've just got a little bit more time here left in St. Louis, and then we're going to head back home, and we're not sure how we're going to go. We're going to hurry up and just drive straight home. It's really hard to say, but we're thinking about going through Oklahoma City. Mm-hmm. It's either going to be Oklahoma City or Little Rock, but it could still be both. But we're kind of starting to feel a bit in a hurry to get home. Hannah misses the cats. I miss them a little bit, but not like a lot.
Miss them every day.
And then, of course, Pat's waiting on us to get back. And it would kind of be nice to be back home on Tuesday before we do our podcast. So, at any rate, we will still do our podcast on Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So, set your calendar, set your clocks for that. Set a reminder, do something, be there. But it'd just be nice to do it at home like we normally do it. So, we're kind of, I don't know, we're going back and forth. Do we just drive it out, crank it out, and get home, and then, get back to our normal grind, or do we take a little bit more time on the road? Just a tough call, but we're already filling up the van so fast with stuff that it's like we've actually even talked about going back to the toy booth in Kentucky, filling it up again, and then scooting back out. But we're not going to do that. We're not going to drive that far out of the way right now. But, yeah, that's that. So do mark your calendar for the podcast, and then do me a couple more favors before you go. We have a community Discord, and sometimes, I get it. Some of you are just leaving us play in the background, and you pay attention to some parts, and you kind of skim over others. That's completely fine. That's how we consume a lot of YouTube also. But listen, our community Discord is a pretty cool place. It's one of my favorite parts of what we do here on the channel. It's just a place where you guys can come join, and then there's different sections that you can go to and share your recent pickups, or you can share what your game room looks like. And today and yesterday, a lot of new people have joined and showed pictures of their game rooms. It kind of goes through phases where 10, 15 people join when one of our videos does really well or something, and there's kind of this reinvigoration of showing off game rooms and people that have been on the Discord since the beginning, which, another kind of side note, we started this Discord on the last day of our last road trip. So when was that? Back when we came here.
October sometime?
October. So it was somewhere in October we started it. And to be honest with you, right now it's kind of taking off more than it ever did here at the end of this trip. So it just kind of feels right. So go join that Discord if you're not already a member, and come show us what you got. Or if you're a member and you haven't been around in a while, just come say what's up. But that's that. And then the last things we can ask of you, please hit that subscribe button. Pretty please. We are jetting up, and if we could just keep the momentum we have now, we'll be at 2,000 subs really soon, which would mean that we would double the time that we got our first 1,000. And not even double, we would just exponentially blow the time frame we did that out of the water. That'd be super dope. So if you could help us do that, hit that subscribe button. And then before you go, everybody turn those notifications on by ringing that bell. And then that way when we post a video tomorrow, we're going back to the bins tomorrow again. You're going to want to see what we do. Maybe we can top today. It doesn't seem likely, but we will never know until we'll go. So hit that notification bell so when we post that video tomorrow, you can come back then and hang out with us then. And until then, peace out.